Okay, welcome to Module 8, Creating Online Collaboration Activities. As you can see from this online learning continuum, which was produced by Nick Van Dam in an e-learning magazine in 2002, we only remember 10% of what we read, 30% of what we see, 50% of what we hear and see, 70% of what we say or write, and then 90% of what we do. So you can see that the 70% range is a live e-class or an interactive e-course. So just by making your e-courses or online training interactive and collaborative, you will increase people's retention up to 70%. And if you can do what's called gamification or activities or games, you increase that to 90%. So you can see how critical collaboration is. Linda Marie Harrison, who's actually a leading theorist of online education, and she's out of Simon Fraser University in Vancouver, Canada, said, "Collaborative learning has been the most powerful principle of online course design and delivery." One of the reasons for this is that collaborative effort helps learners achieve a deeper level of knowledge generation, and it moves them from independence to interdependence, which actually strengthens the foundation of the entire online learning community. And it's actually a pretty cyclical process, which is the more collaboration, the stronger the community, the more collaboration, and the more learning. Now we're going to go through some tools, and there's actually 8 of these that we're going to talk about. And these are actually from a book called Collaborating Online by Rena Palloff and Keith Pratt. However, they quoted one of their students, Mr. Dell, in his Philosophy of Online Teaching, which was at Capella University. One of the first tools is actually explanation, and explaining the importance of collaborative group work and making it a requirement of the course, not an option. Although some learners tend to prefer to work alone, allowing them to do so reduces the likelihood of a meaningful learning experience. Next is to form groups that are heterogeneous with respect to gender, age, ethnicity, learning styles, abilities, and experiences. And groups of 2 to 4 learners are best. And instructors and designers should consider the purpose of the group and the cooperative structures that will be used as they determine the number of teams. Next is to allow time for ice-breaking and team-building activities, which allow learners to begin to form a sense of community. The activity may be a specific team-building structure, or it may simply encourage students to introduce themselves to one another. Next is to give clear instructions and guidelines regarding not only the assignments, but also the method and tools of communication that will be used. Start simple to give students time to understand the structures and methods of communication. Next is to set reasonable goals and provide a place for the group to interact. Many course management systems provide areas intended solely for this purpose. The tools available, such as asynchronous group discussion boards, live chat, and interactive whiteboards, vary within the course management system chosen. Next is supervise the group's progress and be available to prompt or assist groups that are having difficulty. Your presence online will help to ensure participation by all members. Be prepared to intervene and mediate conflicts of an interpersonal nature without taking sides. Suggest that the group explore alternatives and reach consensus. Number 7 is design evaluation criteria to include peer evaluation. This rewards extraordinary team members while at the same time appropriately evaluates non-contributing members. Finally, number 8 is to provide a place for the team to share their work and learning products with the larger learning community. Many projects can be posted on a website or added as an attachment to a discussion thread. Now, while it's easy to talk about all this, I'm going to show you, and obviously the constraints of this project did not enable us to actually develop much of the collaboration tools that we would need and use online. So obviously you can go to Canvas, which does have discussion threads, but the edX platform really does a fantastic job of this, and I'm going to share with you one of the courses that I'm actually currently in. And this is the edX platform, and it's simply edx.org. And again, it's courses from all the world's universities, Harvard, MIT, Arizona State University, obviously, and there's several of them. So if we go into the dashboard, and these are some of my courses, and right now I'm in the science of happiness. So who doesn't need more happiness? And as you can see here on this section too, they actually have a certificate. So you can pay for certificate courses, or you can just audit the courses generally at no cost. So if we actually go into this course, and here's the layout. So they have some info, there's a discussion board, you can view your progress. There's a FAQ, and courseware is where the actual course is. As you can see, we are now in week 6, and actually that's where I'm going to skip to. But you can also see they did a pre-course survey, which again is part of engagement of online learners and actually developing the course out. So they had that, and there's actually a midterm. Woohoo, lots of fun there. So if we go to week 6, one of the things they do as well, and this again creates engagement, is they have a check-in. Actually, let's go back. So here's the check-in, and as you can see, they have different characters here, and you can, how have you been feeling? Yeah, don't feel that way at all. Yay, there we go, we feel happy. So anyway, you can do this and check in every time, which again helps with engagement. And if we go into one of the next area, start at the beginning. So as you can see, they have videos and they're hosted on YouTube and then just put it into here. Then they've got some articles and you go through it. They have terms. And then as you get to the end, they have more. Then there's problem sets. And they go through actual practices. So this is part of collaboration too, which is having people actually do the activities. And as you can see here, there's let's discuss. So if you look at this section, you will have gone through several videos. There's terms. And then there's discussion. So if we go to the discussion forum, you can see they've got introductions, so everybody can introduce themselves here. Then they have the various topics here. This is where everybody does personal introductions. And then there's guidelines for discussion, which is actually, again, critical, giving everybody the guidelines. Discussion forums are pretty critical to this, and one of the great resources here as well is the whole instruction. So at edxreadthedocs.org, you can go and they've got a whole manual for building an edX course. And if we go to 12, which is running your course, you can see 12.4 goes through how to participate. So again, this is pretty critical. A lot of people may not know how to post or respond or reply. So they have this whole instruction page here on how to search the discussions, find topics, reply, etc. So giving very explicit directions is critical to creating these online collaboration tools. And then there's actually more guidance. This is guidance for moderators, so you can see what you're supposed to do as a moderator as well. So this is a fantastic tool for helping to build online collaboration activities. You can see from the Science of Happiness course, they have done, that platform is actually a phenomenal platform, and they've done a really good job of building in and integrating in the collaborative efforts. Okay, that's it for Module 8. The next lesson is Module 9, where we're going to cover building online assessments.